Let's start this off with a CD with someone local who has supported us from the beginning, Elements of Synergy. This is heavy prog. It's from the same hatchery as Styx, Kansas, and Asherah Temple. There's some Oregon, Heartland, Domino Spells, and Mumble Drums on here. Totally recommended. And from Germany, nice import Gibble Gobble 10-inch, very limited clear vinyl. It's a big mix of deep tracks in the way of exotica, lounge, rockabilly, jump blues, and popcorn, with most of these tracks being one record, even one-track artists lost to the smoking rooms of time. Unknown Elvis Riders, Prairie Plains, Western Dance Hall Grinders, Honda Blues Shakers, and Skeletal Go-Go Exotica. Got Bob Calloway and the Chicks, also later known more popular as the Hepcats, and of course the late great Holland Wolf doing Wang Dang Doodle. I think that came out in 62, and then in 66, of course, Coco Taylor made that her signature. And Swinging in the Tombs of Egypt Reloaded. I know the Mummy and the Monkey are going to love this, especially the Mummy, and stay tuned for an appearance by them later on in October, but this is also super limited. It's numbered. It's a comp of old, obscure surf and rockabilly, deep diving in the mud and groovy gooly graveyard sludge with bust-out switchblade shimmies for weird werewolves and rumbling rock and roll riders. Very limited, only 500 copies. You got to get one. And for the vaporwavers, Macintosh Plus Floral Shop LP. This is the white vinyl edition when Beer on the Rug and the Old with an E English Spelling Bee put it out. Gosh, it's almost going on a decade. This was, I believe, 2018, a couple years after the initial vinyl press, but this white vinyl issue, Bandcamp actually had to send out a letter to everybody that they weren't getting it. There was all kinds of drama, but we got it, and you can have it too. This is mint. And Brains, the 2Bs, Internet Lust, some more great vaporwave from 2019 tricolor vinyl, and 2-0-2 Modern Living from 2018. Looks like Clanton VR video living room there. And speaking of which, we've got the true first press of Slide, and this is such a raging record with coils and layers of lushness, and also besides the actual music, which is so great, they don't mess around. This cover's embossed here, and look at that blue on blue swirl splatter. It's beautiful. It's nice. And some classic synth pop from 84 with Taco, and 9 Inch Nails. This is very early. Trent Reznor would release all his releases under Halos. This is Halo 4. This came out on the 10th of October 1990, so this is almost 35 years old. It will be in a few days. This is nice and mint. The cool album artwork there, that was done by the Designers Republic out of London. I believe Ian Anderson, which I think he just retired, but there it is. You can have it. And oh yes, some Cat System Corp. This is classic mallsoft, Shopping at Helsinki. Beautiful mint copy of this. Really hard to find. Not going to find in this condition, period. But we had a Mandela moment here. Mandela, this is, it says Helsinki here, and for a second it kind of freaked us out. I don't know if you could see that on the side, that reality has been hacked again. But no, we live to another day for Ryukyu Rare Groove crossover Okinawa Jazz Funk from 64 to 84, really centered on the 70s and the southernmost part of Japan. The Ryukyu archipelago, which Okinawa, I believe, is the biggest island that goes all the way down to Taiwan, but it's interesting music here, very good fusion-esque stuff, all Kodo plugins with leaves laying red ripe in October and spooky shakuhachi hums and howls in the reeds, all flavored with the rich ensemble of taxi funk, soft psychedelic tropical jazz from the Pacific beach of Pineapple Bloom and the Crystalline Duckling, all from, these are all digger gems with key players like Kiyoshi Yamaya. Also General Electric, when you bought a refrigerator, washer, dryer, you get a disco record, so you can have that there. And for the rock and rollers, we've got all kinds of stuff, including, this is a live Joy Division, considered their best show of all time, and the record sounds great. We've always sold it. And some beautiful Lou Reed in reissue, and Van the Man Morrison, Moondance, Lisa Dalbello. This is a straight ahead rock record, and so is this, Farragut Bros, and Helmet Boy, that's power pop all the way, and Barbie Benton, who's now just off there, retired with family, but there's a Tom Waits cover on here, and it actually sounds like a lush dream pop song because of all the echo and reverb and layers. And on this one, Mark Murphy's touching this is all California jazz. We've got one of his rare records, and the Carpenters. This came out during the UFO craze, that first one in the late 70s, and there is a song, the last track is dedicated and directed toward aliens, and this is not a heavy metal record, or nor is it a disco one, which it looks like, but it's actually all pure fusion jazz rock. And I know Terry Bozzio is doing drums and vocals on here. And Brian Hyland, he does a Norwegian wood version on here from 66, pretty scarce. And JoJo Gunn, we love this what is this? Cheap Thrills. We love that price tag, so we kept it on. We're going to match the price, $1.50. Come on and get it. And Sinatra, we had this recently, Trilogy from the late 80s. Still in the shrink. We're going to match that Kmart price. Why not? Cosmic Disco Dub. Dr. Stephen Stanley, Jamaican legend, meets Yasushi Ide, who is also a legend. This is Galactic Dub Poetry, Acid Jazz, Jazz Dance, all the way. And a lot of big players and names are in here, including Africa Bambaataa, who has a lot to say on that track. I'm thinking he's thinking out loud like Buckminster Fuller. It's awesome stuff. And Gaudi Kosmisches Trio. If you know Gaudi, the reggae man, this is dub krautrock. There's slushy guitar grunk on here, Laserlicious, Theremin Diggs, Rubber Gracious, Husk Peters, and Sideways, Starcastle Cascades, talking vocoder, plasma mutters and chuckles, Deep Space Alpha, uptempo beat vibes. Also, Big Wave. This was a soundtrack. There's a lot of Brian Wilson and Beach Boys stuff on here. This is pretty cool stuff from Japan. And speaking of which, our friends at the Beachland, we're working together when Surfer Girls coming. It's all reggae surf, and we're going to have a giveaway, so watch our socials for that. And Crossover City Bon Voyage. I just absolutely love this record, and if you're a DJ or just into good music, you're going to love it too. It's deep DJ, waiting room jazz cuts that soar in the turn sailing skies, throwing down sealed spheres of fusion and enigmatic sparkle shine confetti gloss with refined moments of marina jazz and Bacharackian elegance, plus Ferrari milkshake guitar, Greek Village sunlight, and fedora poise. Highly recommended comp. All Japanese crosswind daydreamers and mystic ventured captures of the cool styled 80s. Also, Ron Carter, Spanish Blue, pure fusion right there. And Gary McFarland Quintet. This is actually a live recording. A lot of star hot top players on here. And I know his daughter's credited here, Carrie McFarland, so she's still with us. And there's a lot of great stuff here. And Love Trip, Takako Mamiya. This is crazy because it's a city pop classic. Kind of was almost a flop when it came out, which is weird, and she disappeared after it. But this is a new Japanese remastered reissue. All tender, softer fusions on here for velveteen and pinstripe table set moments, and pastel painted lassitude in this 82 lost classic of Chinese restaurant blues and dentist office jazz rides with happy hush vapors and plaintive cry callings for forever falling in love. Smooth jazz waiting room city pop all the way. Features careful soft session elastic guitars by, there's at least 3 good players on here. And in the Wamono series, this might be my favorite, Wamono 80s Blow Up Trio. The DJ Chintam, who's responsible for Blow Up, he's picking out some Japanese rare groove from the Trio Records vaults from 73 to 81. Drum break musts and swelled up trills and swallows, funk boat tugs, deep smoky amber wash emeralds, and gems that pulse in the slow burning fire of maggot brain. Uptempo TV lounge riders and corduroy rock bins of 70s lysergic thunder. Kayokyoko sugar drop wah wobble and rainy window pane highways of mystery and musk. Kakui des. Naokogushima, Mystic Spice. Actually, it's amazing to think it didn't seem that old, but this is almost 20 years ago. She came out with this in 2007, never on vinyl, first on vinyl right now, and there's a Feelin' Groovy cover on here, and what I love about this record is the effect with all the chorus going on the vocals. It sounds like there's 10 of her singing at once. And Junko Ohashi, there's a city pop classic, magical. We just got this in, and we love it. The pure heart of Japanese soul with famous Junko's vocals in the sparkle trench, giving glorious grace and calm, tranquil lappings to backbeat rhythms of the city. It's a 1984 classic, and if you were around in the 1900s, you remember this. Minoru Yamasaki's masterwork there, World Trade Center 1 and 2 and the whole complex. That is the epitome of the high modern movement and new formalism, not only in architecture but in literature. And it's all gone. We're looking for something new. Always find something new here at the current year. Check out tcyshop.com. Subscribe. Go on to YouTube. We're here Friday, Saturday, 11 to actually a little later this weekend. So come on out.